Hey guys, and welcome to Feet episode 3. The performance you just watched at the intro of this video was the chorus for my latest cover. It was the chorus of the song Hope by We Came as Romans. I thought using that chorus's footwork as a pattern to learn here in episode 3 was a really great concept and really gonna help and challenge you. I'm not gonna break down the actual footwork for the chorus in detail. Instead, we're gonna go through a series of exercises that should give you the independence on your feet to be able to tackle that chorus at the end of the video when I perform it for you without the fills, isolated with the transcription so that you can follow along to. Now before moving on, I'm going to say a huge thank you to the following individuals: Christian, Drew, John, Raphael, Sarah, David, Valerine, Tyler, Zach, Thomas, Alex, Justin, Taylor, Aubrey, Blake, Cody, David, John, Julius, Kyle, Paul, Scott, Vincent, and Zach. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon. My patrons have made these new lights, these new curtains, and the microphones that you've seen in my latest videos all possible. The support that I've seen from the community that you guys have given me has meant the absolute world, and it's really done wonders to help push this channel forward. So thank you for your incredible support. Now let's get into the video. So we've got 9 exercises to get through, a ton of concepts in this video. By the end of the video, I promise whatever level you are currently at, you will have improved. There's no way you don't with these exercises. I really put a lot of work into sort of plotting these out, and I really think that they're gonna help you guys along with your footwork. Of those 9 exercises, 8 and 9 will be essentially us taking a look at the chorus, the intro of this video, and exercises 1 through 7 are gonna be sort of just unpackaging a basic set of concepts that will help you develop the independence you're gonna need when tackling that chorus. Exercise 1 is on the screen for you right now. 1 through 4 look exactly like this. The only thing I'm gonna be changing with each passing exercise up until 4 with that groove that's on the screen for you is gonna be the footing. So let's get into it. We're first gonna play that on just the right foot. You can use the slide, you can use the heel toe, you can use whatever technique you want. I actually sort of move between a couple techniques when doing the demonstrations. This video is not as much about techniques as it is about getting these grooves down at higher speeds cleanly and being able to, as a drummer yourself, decide what's the most appropriate technique to use in each of these situations as we move through. And the last thing I'll say before we tackle exercise 1 is every one of these exercises we go through, except for the final 2, so 1 to 7, are going to be played at 3 different tempos. I'm gonna start for you at 60 beats per minute, then 90 beats per minute, and then 120. Here we go with exercise 1 of Feet episode 3, right foot doubles, performed for you right now. Okay, cool. So coming off that, you've got 2 legs. We've worked the right. Now we're going to move over to the left. Now we're going to go back through, perform exercise 2 here, and it's going to be the exact same groove, same placement of everything. The only difference is we're now doing it, we're now executing it with the left foot only. This is definitely right away should challenge a lot of you, especially if you're new to double kick and you haven't done a whole lot of work on your left leg yet. So with all that being said, left foot doubles, exercise 2 here in Feet episode 3, performed for you right now. Okay, cool, so hopefully you've got 1 and 2 down. Now we're gonna move into exercise 3. In the intro of this video, the chorus that we're gonna be learning at the end, you might have noticed at one point there was this pattern that kind of went like kick, 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 kick. It was like, kind of like what we just did in the first 2 exercises. If you paid attention to it, you might have noticed that I was going right, left, right, right, left. I was kind of bouncing back and forth. So right, left, right, left. That's gonna be this next exercise. Here we go with exercise 4, the exact same thing you just played in 1 and 2, except now the footing is gonna be swapping back and forth. Pay close attention to the foot indicators on the top of the transcription, and here we go. All right, awesome. So coming off of exercise 3, we're gonna go into exercise 4, and it's the exact same thing you just did, except now we're gonna start with a left foot lead. This is definitely going to challenge you, especially if you're new to double kick and you haven't worked on your left foot yet. So same thing you just did, but instead of going right, left, right, left, you're gonna be going left, right, left, right. So here we go with exercise 4 in feet episode 3, perform for you now. Okay, moving right along. So now we're gonna change it up a little bit. 1 through 4 was the exact same pattern with the exception of changing the footing. Now in exercise 5, we're gonna elongate that pattern. It's gonna be the same first half, but the second half of it, we're just adding some more 16th pairs. I'm gonna start here in 5, just as I did in 1, with a right foot double stroke. Again here, you can use the heel toe, the slide, whatever you wanna do. You decide, you sort of take the knowledge you have and the different techniques and feel out what's most appropriate to get you through each different tempo. What I found personally when executing this demonstration was that when I was in the slow tempo of 60 beats per minute, a heel toe concept is just too slow to be applied at that tempo. I mean, maybe you can do it, maybe you can pull it off. If it's comfortable for you, then go for it. But for me, I just used a straight heel up and bounced off of my calf. And then as we increased the tempo, I moved more into a slide. And then eventually at the top tempo, I was very clearly in a heel toe. So here we go with exercise 5, right foot lead doubles again, but this time we're just elongating that pattern. Perform for you right now. Just as we did in the first set, we're now going to basically just do 5 again, but move it to the left leg. A lot of you probably guessed that. So what you just did, you're just gonna move over to the left. And this probably, as I've been saying throughout, probably gonna challenge some of you, especially, I think this is the 3rd time I've said it, but especially if you haven't worked on your left leg in a situation like this before. So here we go with exercise 6, left foot doubles with the elongated version of the first set performed for you right now. Okay, so exercise 7 to me really is the golden nugget in this video. This is going to probably challenge a lot of you for sure. You might have to take some time and really sit on this exercise, this concept. If you're dedicated to getting all these down, I encourage you maybe pause the video at this point after you've seen me perform it and just kind of sit with a click at a couple different tempos and practice this next guy. The reason why I'm saying all this is just because I guess like it took me some time to get this down again. I learned this exercise, this quick little groove years ago, and I practiced it and kind of got it down at some slower tempos back then, and then sort of put it on the shelf and revisited it here for this video. So the concept is we're gonna be doing what we just did, the same pattern in exercises 5 and 6, but now we're gonna be doing that flip-flop technique that we tackled in exercises 3 and 4. And what that's gonna look like is we're just going right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. But the tough part about this is because the way it's phrased, it's actually gonna flip between right foot lead and left foot lead as you progress. So what you're gonna find is I'm gonna start with a right foot lead, but by the time you come back through and repeat, you're now gonna be in a left foot throughout the entire second repetition of the exercise. Then the third one, you're gonna be into a right, and then the last one, you're gonna end on a left foot lead. And that kind of like, I guess I've been referring to it as kind of like a tongue twister for your feet, which is really what it feels like. And if you can get this down, it's really gonna help your limb independence, really gonna give you a lot of confidence with your double kicks. So here we go with exercise 7, swapping back and forth, changing the lead foot. Perform for you right now. Cool, so coming off of exercise 7, I really hope that you got that down and it wasn't too frustrating. It definitely challenged me. I actually like took a day where I just practiced all of these exercises for a couple hours, and then today here, well that was yesterday I did that, so today here, the following day after practicing them, I was able to execute them. But man, oh man, the exercise 7 definitely knocked the cobwebs off for sure with the bouncing back and forth. Now with that being said, we're gonna go into exercise 8. I actually messed up. I've been saying we have 9 in this episode. I don't know why I thought that. We actually only have 8. I think I just mixed it up because of how I had it laid out with the multiple tempos. This is actually the final exercise here, and this is going to be performed at 2 different tempos. The transcription is going to be on the screen for you when we get into it. I encourage you maybe go over it a couple times. I'm going to perform each tempo twice. We're going to do the tempos of 100 and 135, and this is going to be the chorus of Hope, my latest cover, except I don't play any of the fills, and I just keep my right hand on my crash ride, on my polyphonic ride here. So really what this is going to do is it's going to take the concepts that you've been practicing throughout this episode and now force you you to memorize a groove, a very long groove, memorize the different, the pattern you're gonna play here and execute all of those different concepts. So here we go with the final exercise in this episode, the chorus from Hope, performed for you right now. Okay, fantastic. So we've come to the end. I really hope you enjoyed this video. The feet episodes I don't post as much of as I do what the fill in hands. And I think the reason why is just because like sort of figuring out what concepts I want to cover and how to best get them demonstrated for you and teach them to you. It's the most challenging on my feet with my footwork. I don't know why that is. I guess it's just probably because there's not as many options when it comes to the feet, just simply because everything at the end of the day really just is like a set of rudiments on your feet. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode 3 of feet. And in the comments section, if you want to see specific concepts covered in future episodes of feet, make sure to let me know, because as I said, I do have a tough time sort of figuring out what to do in these, and I really appreciate your guys' feedback when it comes to what concepts to cover next. So with all that being said, in wrapping up, I want to leave one last huge thank you to all of my patrons. If you want to support the channel, you can join me on Patreon. You can check out my merch link in the description below. If you want to connect with me further, you can do so at the social media links that are on the screen for you right now, as well listed directly in the description below. Thank you so very much for checking out this video. I hope it benefited you, and I will see you all very soon with something new.